crazy the amount of people who are overweight and obese. 71% of the people in the US are overweight.
It's pretty high.
It's very high. That means essentially out of four people, 3 people are overweight or obese.
Wow.
Yeah, and so when I say overweight, let's classify it. I'm saying it's defined as a BMI over 25, and obese is BMI over 30, just to kind of give a framework and some definition around it, make it real. 38% of those people fall into that obese category.
So 38% of that 70%?
Yeah, exactly. So it's not nearly half, but it's a lot of people.
That is a lot.
Here's something that's going to frighten you. 21% of the kids 12 to 19 years old, I call them kids, they're young adults too, but they're kids, are obese. 21%. Here's one that will really break your heart. 18% for kids between 6 and 11 are obese.
6 years old?
6 to 11 years old are obese. That means out of every 5 kids, 1 is obese. And that trend is only increasing.
Makes you wonder, how did they get there?
It's sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really, really sad.
When I was growing up, everyone was slender because we were all out on the playground, running around, having a good old time.
Well, that's one way you can think about it too, because kids these days hardly ever go outside, especially in the more of the metropolitan areas. They're iPad kids in a sense.
I do see people who put their kids in activities from a very young age, whether it's baseball, swimming, gymnastics, and those type of sports, but they pay for those activities instead of saying, hey, go outside and play with your friends outside.
When I came home from school, when I was in middle school, the first thing I would do was grab my skateboard. I would go grab my bicycle, and I'm going to my friends, hey, man, you're home, let's go ride some bikes or go ride some skateboards.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
Yeah, I was outside. When we were at school, we were outside playing. I was playing with my siblings, and we were outside playing for hours upon hours, and sometimes getting into trouble with my grandparents because we all lived in the same compound. But it was, but we were outside playing, getting that sunlight, getting that air, not inside sitting on the TV.
Yeah, now you have the TVs on the phones. It's not even TV anymore. It's just video consumption, social media consumption. And now we go out to eat dinner and we don't have our phones on the table much. Now, unless we're really expecting something. That goes way back. We made a commitment, 13 years ago. I used to be working and okay, the phone got to go away. Like, okay, I'm putting the phone up. And yet you see people when they're out, and we always see it all the time. A date.
Families.
Yeah, just like this the whole time. They're not even talking.
Yeah.
Like, why are you even out and about? I mean, you're here to talk and socialize and get to know each other and kind of talk about the week. And
yeah, we see families out having dinner, and the dad's on the phone, mom is on the phone, probably scrolling through social media, and one kid is on the iPad. Remember we started a coffee house one time? Mom is on the phone, and the 2 kids are on their iPads.
Yeah.
And it's their Saturday morning probably ritual, who knows? But
wow.
There was no conversation. There was none. If there was, the youngest would bring the iPad over to show the mom something that he needed help with, and then she would help scroll through something, and then he'd go back to his seat and back on there. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's definitely something there. Right? I don't need a study. I don't need a research paper. I don't need an expert to tell me that. It's just observational. If you just make a connection, you're like, oh my gosh, this is something just not quite right there.